And that, boys, is how your EcoBoost Raptor should actually start up. 55,000 miles later, that's the reason why you guys clicked on this video. Probably you guys are in the market for either a Gen 2 or a Gen 3 Ford Raptor. And yeah, my truck just hit 55,000 miles, 3 years of ownership, and the EcoBoost so far has been really good on this one. So, boys, the real question is, how is the Gen 3 holding up after 55,000 miles? A lot of use. Some abuse. And yeah, just overall, how perfect has this truck been? And overall, I have to say, this has been the best Ford truck I have ever owned in my entire life. First reason, number one reason why this is my favorite Ford truck. Overall, this has been the best looking, I think, design Raptor that has ever came out. And some of the mods I've done have been just enough and tasteful. Stock 37 wheels, powder coated black with the white Oxford ring all the way around. Thought that was pretty cool. ADD front bumper, set it off, made the front end look super more aggressive. And also the ADD upgraded intercooler, that's pretty sick too. Eventually your boy is going to upgrade the upper control arms and the tie rods, because you guys know those are the weak links on the Gen 3s. But overall, the stock suspension on this truck has been pretty flawless. But now around 55,000 miles, it is starting to feel a little soft to me. I gotta say, one of my favorite things about the Gen 3 was the interior when it first came out with the Recaros. Blue Recaros have been holding up 55,000 miles later. Obviously, you can see pretty good condition. I mean, they definitely could use a good vacuum and a wipe down, but overall, I think if you're going Gen 3, Recaros are a absolute freaking must. Everything has been holding up interior wise pretty good, but the only thing I must say is where it lacks is like the interior is a little like plasticky. There is sometimes when you get in the truck, there is some squeaking, like right here. Like, I don't know if y'all hear that. When you sit in here and the truck moves, it constantly squeaks because I kind of lean more towards the right when I drive and kind of have my body laying on this with this. So it kind of just does that the whole time it squeaks. I got to put like a towel or a rag through here, but I tried to put some leather cleaner to make it a lot smoother so it doesn't quiet up. But overall, I want to say the Gen 2 interior was a little more superior than the Gen 3 overall build quality wise. A lot of plastic stuff. I think that's where Ford messed up with this truck. I think if it was more higher quality, I think it would be a lot better, because a lot of the plastic stuff, the longer I have it, it starts to rattle and squeak a little bit more. And this truck hasn't been heavily off-roaded, but by far this is the best interior. Both screens work amazing. All the modes have been amazing. Everything has been working flawless. The only problem I had with this truck, and it wasn't nothing mechanical, it showed up to the dealer and everything was fine. The only thing that was actually messed up was one of the driver's side fender flares. I'll show you, was a little messed up and scratched up from the train. But yeah, this was the only thing that's ever been replaced on this truck in 55,000 miles, was one of my taillights. And it was actually defected because it was flickering when I picked it up, and I thought maybe it was just a fluke or something, maybe new stuff going on. Week later, it went completely out, and sure enough, the wires were completely stripped on the inside, I guess from the install from the factory. So that was the only thing so far that has gone bad on all of our Gen 3s. My dad's has been good, no problems there. He's actually had a Raptor R2. Did you guys see the truck lift up? Oh, yeah. All right, that was actually more than I expected. 572 and 527 torque. And his 2024, so no problems out of all the new Raptors we've had so far. But yeah, look. That was how the truck showed up. I got a new fender flare for it, but I figured the truck is already going to get beat up and used and abused. So I figured if anyone ever hit me again, I could replace it. Or if I plan on paint matching it, it would fix that. But I do have a new fender flare to cover that up. But I was like, makes it look kind of tougher. I'm sure you guys are asking yourself, what do I use my truck for? So I have hauled my cars with it a little bit. Hauls a Mustang, no problem. Tows, really, actually pretty good. This is probably, I must say, one of the best towing Raptors I've ever had. I think it's the most... Actually, the Raptor's been able to tow. It is with the Gen 3s. The new upgraded suspension, the 5-link, is actually really sick. Handles a lot better in the rain and puts the power down a lot better. I noticed that over the Gen 2 previously we owned. Honestly, if you're towing a little bit with the Raptor, it's not too bad. I wouldn't recommend getting this truck if you got a trailer hooked up every single weekend. But from time to time, we go to racing events that are maybe like 2 to 3 hours away, and the Raptor does perfectly just fine. But if I plan on doing more stuff, anything more than 3 hours, Honestly, I think I would want the comfort of a Super Duty, but small hauling trips are not bad. Raptor can handle it no problem. And still, it gets about 10 to 12 miles to the gallon actually when towing. So overall, towing isn't really too bad for the Gen 3. And my gas mileage usual average is like 16.5 to 17. I got to jump in the truck and I check it. I'll show you guys what it's sitting at as of right now. Told y'all boys, 17.1. And to prove y'all, I just didn't reset this thing. So 705 miles of driving. But overall, the truck, I mean, obviously, since I put the bumper and the upgraded tires, it did go down a little bit. Usually when the truck was stock, when I got it, it would be anywhere from 18 to 20 miles to the gallon. So a few little mods I did definitely hurt it. The truck is still on a factory stock tune. I haven't got a chance to tune it yet, but that is going down very, very soon. So you guys can see the before and after. My dad has a 2024 Raptor. So yeah, we are going to compare the two. He's going to get his tuned by the same tuner and I am, and we're going to turn up the boost a little bit and we're going to race them. We're going to see which one's actually faster. Obviously, I think his going to come out on top since he's on stock wheels and tires, and it literally will make a little more power because it is lighter, less rotating mass. But I have to say, for the Gen 3 though, honestly, the body-wise has been holding up pretty phenomenal. Fender flares haven't faded. None of the plastic and stuff has faded. Granted, I do wash this truck weekly. I got like a membership to this like big truck car wash that I run it through all the time. The only thing I have noticed is this hood scoop. I've seen a lot of people complain about it, and you can see a little bit of fading on mine, but I think there is some like plastic sealer you can get for it, but I think that's just from me washing mine so much. And the only thing I've noticed paint wise, I don't know if it's going to show up on camera, but the white shows a lot of little like rust spots, if that's coming up on camera. All of my white trucks have done this, F250, F150. I'm pretty sure it's something with the aluminum, but yeah, I think it can come out. One of my detail guys have gotten some of the stuff out before, but that is one of the things about the body I've noticed with all white pretty much Fords. This is all Ford trucks I've had. Single cab, F-150, regular Raptor, and a Super Duty. Every single one of the white trucks I've had has done the same thing to the paint. That was pretty cool. All right, boys. There you go. 55,618.7. I also wanted to show you under the hood of my Raptor because I did put an intake on it. All these videos are on my channel in case you guys want to go check those things out too. You guys can see, went with a regular old JLT cold air intake. JLT I use a lot on performance cars too, Mustangs, Corvettes, stuff like that. Highly recommend using JLT. And I was like, you know what? I've always used them for years for sports cars and stuff. So I was like, I might as well get one for the truck. A lot of people don't like the open air box filter on the Raptors because obviously more dirt and can debris get in. So I recommend if you are off-roading yours a lot, obviously you can see mine's not really dirty, just a little dusty. Recommend getting a closed air box. You're most or least likely to suck in water, debris, or dirt, whatever you're off-roading. So factory one, you guys know, factory OEM is closed, but get a little more performance out of it. They said open air box because you're pulling fresher air from everywhere versus this little intake section right there. So yeah, open air box, JLT, haven't had a problem with it, but you guys pick. But that is one thing to keep in mind for your Raptor. Also, exhaust wise, I'm sure you guys saw I had the AWE sticker on the back, and I do have a full AWE cab back. I know, guys, it is kind of pricey, $3,000 for an aftermarket exhaust for a truck. It's kind of a lot without really knowing if there's any major performance upgrades. I would only recommend getting an exhaust for probably 21, 22, and 23 Ford Raptors, like obviously this body style. The 2024, the refresh, I think they did something different with the exhaust because I swear my dad's truck sounds exactly like mine with the AWE. They did something different with 24s. His literally pops more than mine. His makes like burble noises. So I don't know if maybe the tune's even different for the 2024 Raptors, but something is definitely different over the 21 to 23 model years. But I can say this, if you're all about look, fit, and finish, these tips from AWE are actually really nice. It's a black chrome type of style look, and they're always good. I mean, I haven't had a problem with them. No chips, no nothing yet. The kit is super, super easy to put on, and I think it just looks aesthetically cleaner on the truck. Obviously, you can see AWE little sticker right there. Threw that on for those guys over there, but yeah. That's what I recommend for you boys. And I know a lot of you guys on here are going to be asking me, what type of tonneau cover you got? What type of tonneau cover you got? See, got some trash in here. Use this thing actually like a truck. But yeah, I already know I'm going to get this comment, so I'm going to throw this in there. It is a hard tri-fold. This one's actually by far my favorite one. I've had the big roll up and lock ones. All the other ones are way too expensive. This one was literally $500. tri-fold, super nice, and obviously it can go all the way up. So this is good. You can get this for a regular F-150 or a Raptor, so you don't really lose any bed space. And then you could just pull these out, hook them up there, and then yeah, you'll be straight. Put your dirt bike in the back, put a lot of stuff back here still. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I don't know what type of experience you guys had with Ford trucks in the past, or whatever your experience with is in general, just with Ford trucks. Mine, when I first ever got an EcoBoost F-150, it was the worst by far. My 2017 F-150 was by far the worst possible truck I've ever purchased in my entire life. EcoBoost sucked. 10-speed was absolute garbage. My door handles would freeze up all the time. My sunroof was leaking. I mean, you name it. Problem-wise, that truck literally had it for that model year. First year the 10-speed came out, kind of my fault. Shot myself in the foot by getting that. But overall, I must say the new EcoBoost. So to give you guys reference, my dad had a 17 F-150 Raptor. His EcoBoost, timing chain, cam phaser issues like crazy. All the new trucks, all the new EcoBoosts we've had, they said they fixed the problem. And we haven't had an EcoBoost problem since. Obviously, after a few years of fixing all the problems that they had through the manufacturer. But now my EcoBoost has been good, 55,000 miles. But I really think Ford has officially got them on lock now. EcoBoost has been pretty good. 10-speed has been pretty good. Haven't had major issues with both of them. So I really think if you guys are looking for a Gen 3 Ford Raptor, you really cannot go wrong with the new body style. Two, everything, drivability, literally there's nothing I would change about this truck. Obviously, like I told you guys, little things about the interior. You know, boys, there's really a million things I can talk about when it comes to the Raptor and every little thing, but 55,000 miles, does the truck realistically feel like itself? Does it still feel like a brand new truck? Yes, everything still, it runs, it drives, the way it shifts. Nothing has dramatically changed to the point where it gave me the feeling where like, man, I kind of want a new truck. If Ford can literally keep making this truck, if not one day even literally just put a regular Gen 4 Coyote in it, which would be perfect. I really plan on keeping this truck for the long haul. And eventually, if the EcoBoost does end up going, I do want to Coyote swap it because I'm just a huge Coyote guy. I got 2 other Coyote cars. And you guys know, Coyote's such a great motor, but EcoBoost is realistically more fuel efficient. I think everyone got a bad name for the EcoBoost officially when it first came out because of all the problems. And I know I did. I definitely know I did. But from what I've seen on the forums, there really hasn't been too many problems. And I've already eliminated by one of them. I already took one of them out of the equation, which is the sunroof. Ford has never fixed the sunroof on any of the new trucks. All F-Series trucks from 150 all the way to 450, they literally still have the sunroof leaking problem, which is why I didn't get a sunroof with mine. I ordered this one with no sunroof so I could not have that problem. The only other problem I've seen that has come from the F-150s and high mileage Gen 3s, and you guys want to listen to this, so keep an eye on this. I'm going to show you, I'm going to climb into the truck and show you, and I've seen this on one off-roading channel, and it's obviously just from high off-road abuse, but I think you guys should still just keep an eye on it just in case a wire gets cut from anything from road debris, or it could shoot up and literally just hit this body module that's underneath the truck. So I follow everything on the forums, and I like to see what are usually the problems. See that module right over here? My truck is stupid clean underneath, but that module right there, that is wires, all for the suspension and stuff, and to modulate the rear shocks and stuff like that. So this was the only thing I've seen go bad, and this guy's wires were all cut up right along the bottom right there from hard rocks and debris and off-roading. So that's one thing you want to keep in mind right there. Well, boys, like I said, this has been by far the best Ford truck I've ever owned. We pretty much talked about everything. Gas mileage, all the parts and stuff we added, durability, paint's holding up. I would say like maybe a 7 to 8 out of 10. Truck, obviously, realistically, everything feels like still like a new truck. Inside, I told you, still creaks a little bit. My back seats have pretty much everything looks brand new. I don't know if you guys have noticed this. Some Raptors though will literally have Raptor in the back seat. My dad's came with it. Actually, let me think. 2 out of the 3 Raptors he had that were a new 2021 and up had Raptor back here. So literally like 2 out of 5 trucks, new Raptors we've had Raptor on the seats. The R had it, and I think his new EcoBoost one had. So it's pretty crazy. I don't know why mine didn't come with it for being a 37 package. I guess it's just pure luck at that point. But yeah, obviously interior holds up okay. Just like I said, my one complaint was just all the squeaky noise and stuff. There was something I did want to show you guys. I found this product online. I will link it down below, but it is like a towel. But I feel like this towel is specifically made for the Raptors because it's so tough. And the way this thing actually dries the truck off, if you ever run your truck through a car wash or watch it yourself, I have to show you this real quick. So I use this every time I wash my truck and dry it off with the car wash, and I usually wash it from time to time, but this towel is called a Tough Towel. You can find it, I will link it down below, but I want to show you guys. I got a picture of water, and I wanted to show you how actually good this is, because I never would have believed how good this towel is if it wasn't actually used, because I can literally dry probably 5 Raptors with this one towel. And you know, I wanted to put this in the video because I'm sure a lot of you guys watching this have kids or eventually want kids, and maybe that's the reason you're looking for a truck. You want a all-around perfect truck that is family friendly, which the Raptor is, rides amazing, will literally probably put a baby to sleep in the back, and just a good road trip truck and like a good all-around pickup. And I always leave this towel in here, like I said, if your kids spill anything or anyone just spills anything in the truck, it works. You can wash it. It's wash friendly. And I want to show you, my hood's completely dry because I just washed my truck, but I got the towel, and I don't know, should I dump all this water onto the towel or should I just dump it on the truck? I think I'm going to dump it on the towel to show you how much water it actually. Let me put the towel dead center for you guys. Mind you, the towel is still a little damp. Like, I washed my truck today. Like, my truck got washed in between making this video. In the beginning, I ran it through the car wash, dried it off, and then came back to film the rest to take some thumbnails. But look, Tough Towel right here on the hood of the Raptor, and we can literally just dump this all out on the towel. And keep it going, keep it going. You guys see all the water? Look. So yeah, got a little bit, it dripped a little bit off from the splash, but well, we just dumped all that water, got a little bit right here, still could dry it, but let's see how good this towel actually is. Just pick that up, a little water got underneath, wipe that off, and yeah, perfectly dry right there. So that was a half a pitcher of water, and the truck is completely dry. Take a look. I mean, that is pretty sick. Usually when the towel's wet like that, I usually will just take it on the back and let it sit for maybe an hour, dry it off, or you could just throw it in your washer, super clean. But you can see, literally, just got wet, still wet, and it's really not even like showing much water. So, I mean, it's still ready to pick up more water, but, you know, gets a little dry, let the sun hit it, and it'll be good. But I think this is very good towel for, like, kids and stuff like that. So it is called a Tough Towel. Put the link down below. Make sure you guys check it out. And like I said, I'm not getting paid for that promotion. I just thought it was pretty good to add in this video because, like, it's tough, especially for truck stuff. And like you guys know, if you have family, wife, kids, things can get messy. And especially owning a Raptor, off-roading and stuff, and keeping these trucks clean, having that towel always comes in handy for me. We pretty much talked about everything for my Gen 3 Ford Raptor, and I don't think I missed anything. You guys let me know in the comment section what you guys like. What's your favorite year of the Raptor? Obviously, I loved the Gen 1 at first. That was my favorite. Gen 2 was like best interior, but EcoBoost sucked. And Gen 3, in my opinion, is like a Gen 1 and Gen 2 had a baby, created the Gen 3, fixed the EcoBoost problem, and we kind of downgraded the interior a little bit. That is like the final statement for the Gen 3. But boys, make sure that subscribe button, road to 100,000 followers. And my boy's actually picking up a Gen 2 Raptor very, very soon. And we have a lot of sick trips planned, already trails and stuff like that. So if you guys got a Raptor and you're watching this video, hit that subscribe button. If you guys want to link up with us and hit some trails, make sure message me on Instagram, same as the YouTube. And boys, I will catch you in the next one. Deuces. Oh, he's busting a U-turn.